Hello again, everyone, and happy winter December place filled with snow celebration time. And today I have with me for this special occasion S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Kaiser, or Kaixa, or however it's pronounced. I'm just going to call him Kaiser. You know, like the bread, or the Emperor of Germany. That doesn't exist anymore. So anyway, we have the first secondary rider that appears in Phys. And here's the box. Here's the box sideways where it says Masked Rider Kaiser. The Phys insignia. There's that thing right there that's important. Black and white image. And blah blah. Here's the back of the box with various poses. And, you know, all that wonderful, wonderful stuff that you can do with an S.H.Figuart that I cannot do completely because I don't have a stand for them yet, considering this is only my second SHF, and the first one is, you know, over somewhere else, and right down there, all his little parts in their separate containers and things. He has a holding things hand holding the Kaiser blade gun right here. A little case that I filled up. It has the Kaiser finder, or is it the pointer? It's one of those. A belt with nothing on it. The belt with the phone in it, but no mission memory. And the mission memory-less belt with the phone open for an exceed charge use. And then in this one, which, you know, it's pink and evil, so I'm just going to pop this one open, and it has all of his assorted hands in them. Set the little two capsules down. And he has his other holding things hand holding the phone backwards, you know, because there's no instance in this set where the phone can be used as a phone. It's either on the belt or in gun mode. So the only way you can make him hold the phone is if you flip it around backwards in this particular version of the holding things hand. You have the, God, I forgot the name of this thing, the Kaiser knuckle. Yeah, that's it. The Kaiser shot. The shot, that's right. The other one is the Phys shot. And here it is attached to his hand already. It's molded that way, so you can put that on him. He has two regular fists. Just two regular fists. And a special posing hand because, you know, Kusaka does that whole thing adjusting his collar and stuff. And two more special accessories: the blade gun holster without the blade gun in it, and the mission memory and blade for said blade gun, as earlier mentioned. And you can just, you know, let's start things off. He also has calm open hands, which are already on him. And all of the things on his belt are removable. There's the pointer, which can stick right back on there. There's the shot. And there's the hip holster, which he has actually used this weapon in particular while it's still holstered on the belt. So, just like Nigo, or a little bit different from Nigo, his boots are not from down here. Yeah, those aren't metal anymore. It's just the soles of his boots now, which are actually accurately molded to what he looked like in what they look like in the show when he was performing his rider kick or equivalent thereof, the golden smash. So, equip this onto his boot. And there's that. And let's find the appropriate belt to go with it. Right there. And I will say this, you do have to put a little effort. You can't just push the belt on, you have to push it on, and then you have to pin it in and then push it hard so it doesn't like slide right off like that. Demonstrate just like it was on the box. So take off the calm open hands and replace them with the fists. Right there. And he does that weird double-footed kick, kind of like Wizard does. Not Wizard, Double. Which I never really liked that kick pose. I was always more to the kind to go like that. Again, I really can't help the bad posing and the positions of the camera because I don't have a stand. I thought about getting the SHF for Wizard just so I get a free stand with him, but that really never came to pass. Ever. So yeah, it's kind of a disappointment. Might as well just leave that off. So he has, I don't know if it's a type 1 or type 2 hips. But, you can do that. And he's on a ball joint, and the ball joint cup is also on a hinge. Or, no, not a hinge, a swivel. He has double-jointed knees. His ankles can move side to side, which are also on a ball joint, so he can kind of move them up and down a little. And he has that toe joint, which are ever-present in Figuarts. He has a double-socketed shoulder. He has a ball joint shoulder, and for some reason on mine, I don't know why, the right shoulder pad does not want to go down all the way. And I was considering pulling it off and doing some sanding work on it because it is the pad. I tried putting it on this one and it's still stuck up. And I don't really want to damage it. And it is just a little minor peeve, and I've gotten over it. It used to really, really bug me, but it doesn't bug me so much anymore, so you have that. The other tiny little thing that only sort of bothers me is that Kaiser's visor should actually be purple, not blue. That's the one thing they actually messed up on the figure and couldn't change after a whole bunch of them were released. I don't know if they fixed that in the re-release with the UV light-up stand. And when I say UV light-up stand, you put him in the stand and you turn it on, and it makes him it makes all the lines on his body glow bright yellow. It even has the same effect on the sword blade. So yeah, he has double-jointed elbow, ball-jointed fists on a swivel hinge joint, so you can get all sorts of waving motion out of his hands. He has a ab crunch and stretch, and there's a little extra thing in there that causes him to pop up, which allows a little extra movement. His head is on a ball joint, and his neck is also on a ball joint. I can prove that by ripping his head off, but I'm not gonna right now. Yeah, I don't want to pop his head off after... Oh, you know what? I forgot to take this off when, stuff. Let's just pull this off and reattach the one that's on his butt. Now, I've only watched Fies up to the point where Kusaka first puts the belt on and actually hasn't become a complete douchebagel yet. Because he will, and he does, and then he dies. Yeah, no big surprise there. He dies in the show after, turning into a completely psychotic male yandere douchebagel. And he dies in the movie. Granted, he's not so much of a douchebagel in the movie, but I still really, really don't like him. The only time he's alive is in the sequential series, like Decade. Anytime where all of the riders, are all gathered together. That's the only time he's not dead or a douchebagel. And yes, that's the name I'm going to give him from now on, douchebagel. So there are only 2 people who actively use the belt and don't, well, I can't really say 2 other people who don't die, because the other guy does die, and the 3rd guy, when he puts it on, the belt self-destructs. No, it doesn't blow up. It vaporizes itself. It turns to sand, falls right off, and then the guy is changed back to normal, and that is in the movie. That is Kitaro. I think that's his name. I might be wrong, while I, pop his hand off. But I'm pretty sure that's it, because that's my favorite part in that movie, because he wanted so bad to be Fies in the series, and then in the movie, he gets to become Kaiser for all of 5 minutes, right before the belt vaporizes itself, thanks to the Henshin one-shot. Nope. Putting the blade on backwards, and whoop, and there's the blade gun with the blade. Now, it can be held like this, but you can also flip it over and hold it, make him hold it like a standard blade, but I'm not going to do that right now. So now that he's holding the blade gun, we can put the empty holster on his belt, like so. See if we can get that, get that sword pose going, which it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do it. Oh, maybe I can. But you're not going to see it very well. Okay, much better. I just had to pull the camera back because I'm pretty sure you didn't see most of what I was doing. Or at least in his head. So, yeah, you can probably tell that Kaiser also has a lot of little itty-bitty parts which can get lost very, very easily. So, I was using a lozenge container, empty one, and broken. It used to have a flap on it, but that's not important right now. The flap got cut in half, now it just has a lid. So, yeah, cool part. This little tiny piece, I can just throw parts that I'm not using in there. Like, let's see. Things I'm not going to be using, probably the closed fist. Just, kerplunk, there. And, so you don't lose the parts. So, yeah, there he is with the blade gun. But say you don't want him to be using the sword. You'd want to pull this off. I can just slide in there, because you probably won't be using that again. And you put the regular piece back on there. There. So now he has blade gun, but now you want to get rid of this belt piece thingy. And where's the other one? There it is. And you attach the blank belt. Why do you want to attach the blank belt for, you ask? Because, just like depicted on the box, come on, you can pull off. There, just like that. No, you go in there. Kerplunk. Kaiser can dual-wield pistols. And is so far the only rider in 5s capable of doing so. Mostly because he has his own sidearm and, you know, the phone. Pew, 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 pew. Sorry, couldn't help it. Although, on the back of the box, it has him holding them like this, which is absolutely wrong, and you would never be able to hit anything. Because it's stupid. It looks good, but is impractical as hell. So, you know, just aim straight ahead, holding them and not tilting them, and looking like a moron. So there's that. And like I was saying before, you can also flip the phone, and this is sort of a cheat because he doesn't come with the phone open regularly. You can flip it over, you know. It looks like he's going to shoot himself in the shoulder, but hey, that's the closest thing you're going to get to Kaiser using it like an actual phone. Or, you know, pop the blade gun hand off. And granted, while this is meant to be his Kusakov checking his collar, and like so, because he's a douche bagel, but enough of me saying that over and over, because I'm sure you're sick of it. I'm getting a little sick of it. You can also use it to make it look like he's trying to dial the phone. Oh, come on. There we go. So yeah, he can actually use the phone, gun, pistol thing. You get the idea. Unfortunately, this hand looks like it could be used for using the Exceed charge. Sadly, if you're using the Kaiser shot for that, it's not going to work. You just have to use the open hand for that. Okay, here we go. Kaiser shot. We remove the phone, or at least the hand that... Yeah, you can use the holding thingy's hand or the calm open hand. I prefer to use the open hand, the calm open hand for that. So, I'm just putting the hand to the side for now. And remove that. Switch out the blank for the filled out one. Pop that off. And there it is. Push that on. Calm open. And there. Another slightly mediocre pose. Now, I actually have a dark, or not so really dark, but a black light bulb. Just a regular light bulb. All it does is make his faceplate purple. Yeah, it actually has to be UV light in order for it to make him glow. So yeah, that was kind of a failure, and you know what? I did that wrong. Those little fists should go in, like, this cup. You know, because, you know, I keep them separated so they don't all get lost. Or difficult to find, at least. This is also the only time where the gadget gets to go in with the rest of them. Or in this case, this hand goes in there too. So, pop that off, you know, make it wobble all around and spill out everywhere, while I move him off to the side to change the belts out. Now, amongst the other issues I have, his knee pads like to fall out every now and then. They haven't fallen out on camera yet. Give them a chance, they probably will. But so far, I have been lucky enough to, you know, not have them pop out on camera. Huh, nice. And the blade gun is in its proper position. Let's see, is the calm open hand good for that, or should he have the fist? Yeah, let's give him a fist. And the other little gadget one, put the other belts away, and the finder, or pointer. Yeah, yeah, that's right, the finder. I think the finder is what comes with Delta. Was the other secondary rider of Fies, and isn't a douche bagel. Granted, the belt goes through like 5 or 6 owners before it reaches its proper owner. So there's that. And we're just gonna... Come on. Great, I gotta pull the hand off again. And then this little tidbit goes in with these. And that goes on there. And then this lid comes off and goes plunk, plunk, plunk. Sealed. So, you know, parts don't go flying everywhere or fall off the table when they get lost or something. And then we just slide it back in there. And like I was saying, you can flip it over and give him have him holding it in a upward held stance. Granted, it's difficult as heck to get him to hold it this way, but it is doable, and I am not about to be proven wrong. There. It looks a bit weird, but hey, it looks a bit weird at first. But it doesn't take long to get used to it. Because you're used to seeing Kaiser hold his blade in the reverse grip, not a forward grip. So, yes, I actually picked this guy up off of eBay for about want to say 30 or 40 bucks. I think it was about $35. That sounds about right. And even if you don't like the character, because he is a colossal douchebagel, my god, I cannot stop saying that, you can always imagine him as being either Kiba or, even ever so briefly, Kitaro. So yeah, the belt got around, and so forth. Even a few of the Orphanox that are on the, who are, you know, being the Monster of the Week type characters, got to use the Kaiser belt for a while, because guess what? The belts were all engineered. I'm not gonna spoil it. At least not too much. So yeah, Kaiser is probably one of the probably my favorite of the Fives designs. I might get Delta sometime next year. Maybe, eventually. I don't know. But, personally, I'm hoping for more Gaim stuff. I will see you all for, you know, my regular updates, which will be every Friday. This video will probably be up on the 25th of December. Yeah. The winter celebration, December thing, snow, rain, summertime, whatever have you. Have fun, everybody. Later.